Good evening, I am April Singlama and these are the headlines of the hour. Devotees continue to crowd Pasupatinath for worship on the auspicious day of Mahasivaratri. India concludes 45-day Mahakumbh Mela with thousands of devotees taking part. Federal and provincial governments performing below average discuss good governance and prosperity. Political leaders evade accountability. Israel agrees to release over 600 Palestinian prisoners as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal. Hamas to hand over bodies of 4 deceased hostages to Israel tomorrow. And Myanmar bags the title of the International Women's Championship 2025. Stuns Nepal by 2-0 in a thrilling match. Welcome back. The Mahasivaratri is being celebrated with much fervor across the country. This festival is observed annually as devotees honor Lord Shiva with special rituals and prayers. Devotees of the Vedic Sanatan Hindu tradition began their day with ritual baths in rivers and ponds before visiting temples to worship Lord Shiva with devotion. The Pasupatinath temple opened at 2 a.m. with special arrangements for worshippers. Authorities estimated that around 1 million devotees, including volunteers, will visit the temple today.
विभिन्न रूपमा सेवा दिने जस्तो सुरक्षाकर्मी लगायत यो स्वास्थ्य सेवा स्वयं सेवा भोजन आवास साधु सन्तको सेवा जुत्ता चप्पलको सेवा लगायतका सेवाहरू गर्न आउने व्यक्तिहरू पनि यस क्षेत्रमा आउनु भएको छ। उहाँहरूलाई पनि हामी एउटा निष्ठापूर्वक श्रद्धापूर्वक भगवान पशुपतिनाथप्रति समर्पित भएर उहाँहरूले सेवा गर्नुभएको छ। यी सबै संख्यालाई हेर्ने हो भने 10 लाखको आसपासमा यो क्षेत्रमा हामीले आज व्यवस्थापन गर्यौं भन्ने लाग्छ।
On Mahasivaratri, devotees purify themselves, observe fasts and place sacred offerings at Shiva temples. Traditional dances are also performed at Kailaskut and Kirateswar music ashrams near the Pasupatinath temple. Pilgrims from across the country and neighboring India gather to celebrate the festival. Now, hundreds of millions of Hindu devotees have bathed in sacred waters despite concerns over overcrowding and water pollution as the world's largest religious gathering wrapped up Wednesday in India's northern state of Uttar Pradesh. Over the last 45 days, more than 640 million people, nearly a third of India's roughly 1.4 billion population, have attended the Mahakumbh Mela, or the festival of the sacred pitcher on the riverbanks in the city of Prayagraj, in a spectacle of color and expression of faith. Devotees took holy dip in the Triveni Sangam, the confluence of 3 holy rivers, the Gangesh, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati, to purify their sins and take another step closer to spiritual liberation. Every 12 years, the festival carries the prefix Maha, which means great, as it's the largest gathering of the Kumbh Mela that's held every 3 years in one of 4 cities. Though this year's festivities have been marred by 2 separate deadly crowd crushes, millions have turned out for the festival despite concerns of overcrowding and reports of unsafe levels of contamination in key bathing sites. Attendees even submerged themselves fully, sometimes drinking or collecting the sacred water in containers. Now moving on, from the federal to provincial government, party leaders emphasize good governance, prosperity and development. However, performance evaluations reveal weaknesses with false claims used to cover them up instead of addressing the issues.
Statistics reveal a disconnect between leadership claims and performance. While leaders like Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, chief ministers and municipal leaders boast about good governance, growth and development, but they have fallen short or have performed average according to government evaluations. The performance of the federal government has shown concerning results. According to the semi-annual report from the Nepali month of Shravan to Paush, 12 ministries, including the Prime Minister's office, failed, with the Prime Minister's office scoring only 28.1%. Minister for Physical Infrastructure and Transport, Devendra Dahal, was the weakest performer with just 7.9%. Despite these poor results, Dahal argued that the evaluation method was flawed rather than addressing his shortcomings. Overall, 12 ministries failed, 8 passed with average marks, only 2 achieved excellent scores. Finance Minister Bishnu Paudel scored 39.2%, while Communication and Information Technology Minister Prithvi Subba Gurung scored 18.5% in the performance evaluation. The Results Management Division under the Prime Minister's office assessed the activities and achievements outlined in the Annual Action Plan. While the federal government's performance has been lacking, the situation at the provincial level is even more disappointing. Sudur Paschim Province, once tagged the best by the National Resources and Fiscal Commission, continues to struggle and remains average.
11 point मध्ये 5-6 point मात्रै गर्दियो भने धेरै राम्रो हुन्छ त्यो उनीहरुले त्यति केयरफुली प्रोसेस मात्रै एप्लाई गर्दियो भने नि त्यसलाई राम्रोसँग चाहिँ परफर्मेन्स देखाउन सकिन्छ दोस्रो कुरो राजनीतिक अस्थिरताको कारण पनि यसको एउटा इम्प्याक्ट हो जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ जति पालिकाहरु चाहिँ स्थायित्व छ प्रतिपक्ष हुँदैन आफैले मात्र काम गरेर अगाडि बढाउन सकिन्छ तर प्रदेशमा चाहिँ प्रतिपक्षको सरकार बनाउने र सरकारलाई असफल गिराउने खेलमा मात्रै बढी केन्द्रित भयो आफ्नो कार्य सम्पादनतिर अलि ध्यान नदिएको कारणले पनि यो चाहिँ परफर्मेन्स कम भएको देखिएको जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ
According to the Annual Action Plan, most ministers are failing in performance, with the Prime Minister's office showing weaknesses in implementing government reforms. Performance at the provincial level is also disappointing. Political analysts argue that instead of addressing these shortcomings, ruling party leaders continue to claim that development in the country is accelerating, often ignoring the need for genuine reform.
A government assessment found provincial governments performing poorly. Sudur Paschim Province ranked highest with 51.6%, while Madhya Province is ranked lowest at 30%. The evaluation is based on the last year's performance, cites political instability as the key reason for inefficiency in the second provincial assembly team.
National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission's assessment ranked Sudur Paschim Province first, with 51.6% in the last financial year's performance evaluation. Previously, 5th in fiscal year 2007-9-80, its rise suggests improved governance despite not achieving the huge score.
यो पर्याप्त होइन यसले यो प्रदेशलाई अथवा समग्र प्रदेशलाई एउटा विकासको सुशासनको गतिमा जति गतिमा लिएर अगाडि बढ्नु पर्ने हो त्यो बढ्न नसकेको पनि सन्देश दिएको छ साथसाथै त्यसकारणले भोलिका दिनमा अझ बेटर कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने सन्दर्भमा म आफू पनि व्यक्तिगत रूपमा मेहनत गर्नेछु र हाम्रा तत्त्व निकायहरूलाई पनि त्यसरी नै परिचालन गर्ने सन्दर्भमा म निरन्तर लाग्नेछु
Karnali Province's performance remains weak. However, it improved from 6th to 4th place with 41.6%. However, accountability in bureaucratic and political leadership is lacking, and policy issues remain unaddressed.
खर्च गर्ने हुन्छ नि त्यो हाम्रो मिलिरहेको छैन र अर्को हाम्रो समस्या भनेको मन्त्रालयमा फ्रिक्वेन्ट सचिवहरूको चेन्ज बजेट असारे गते ल्याउँछौं साउन 1 गतेबाट नै राम्रोसँग कार्यान्वयन हुने परिवेश हामीले बनायौं कर्मचारीहरू फ्रिक्वेन्ट चेन्ज नहुने त्यो अवस्था भयो भने हामीले यो इम्प्रुभ गर्न सक्छौं भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ
Madhya Province showed the weakest performance, scoring only 30%. Though it provided financial equalization grants to local level by Chaitra, it failed to submit incoming and expenditure details to Finance Ministry by Posh of Neplesia 2081. Its poor performance is attributed to an immature working style and lack of cooperation from the staff administration.
लक्ष्यविहीन सरकार गन्तव्यमा पुगिन सक्दैन उले ब्युरोक्रेसीलाई कसरी परिचालन गर्ने कसरी लक्ष्य बनाएर अगाडि बढ्ने त्यो सोच नभएको सरकार हो त्यो उहाँहरुको नियत संहिता मैत्री कर्मचारीहरुको हुँदैन।
Koshi ranked second with 50.9%, Bagmati third with 45.6%, Gandaki fifth with 40.8%, and Lumbini sixth with 25.9% in the performance evaluation. Only Sudar Paschim and Koshi scored above 50%. The evaluation was based on factors like audits, budget allocation, revenue collection, equalization grant distribution, financial reporting, and budget implementation reviews.
In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces what should be done to improve the performance of all three levels of the government. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
वार्षिक रूपमा अनुगमन गरेर अर्को वर्षमा त्यसको ढाँचामा केही फेरबदल गरेमा जनै राम्रो हुन्छ।
पालिकाको विकास वृद्धिको लागि हामी अगाडि बढ्नु छ, कसरी जाउँ, के गरेर जाउँ भन्ने हिसाबले प्रत्येक वडामा अथवा सकिदैन भने एउटा महानगरपालिका भित्रकै एउटा सिङ्गो एउटा टिम खडा गरेर
बिना सिटीमा चाहिँ योजना तर्जुमा नगर्ने,
सङ्घ प्रदेशका सरकार र जनप्रतिनिधिहरूले एउटा चाहिँ राम्रो किसिमको नीति निर्माणदेखि लिएर हरेक कुरामा अनुगमनको पाटोलाई पनि विशेष ध्यान दिनुपर्छ।
तिनै तहको सरकारले चाहिँ हावादारी योजनाहरूलाई चाहिँ कार्यान्वयन गरिरहेको छ, उहाँहरूले चाहिँ विज्ञहरूको सल्लाह चाहिँ लिनु भएको छैन, त्यसै कारणले चाहिँ यो अवस्था आएको हो।
खर्चको भरमा योजना छनौट गर्नु भएन र कर्मचारीको कार्यक्षमतामा अभिवृद्धि गर्नुपर्छ।
साउन भदौमै टेन्डर गरिसक्ने सम्पूर्ण चिजहरू टेन्डर गरेर अनि चैत महिनासम्म पूर्वाधारतिरका सम्पूर्ण विकास निर्माणहरू भ्याएर अरू कार्यहरू गर्यो भने यो राम्रो।
केन्द्रीय सरकारले चाहिँ प्रदेश सरकार र स्थानीय सरकारहरूलाई गर्ने व्यवहारमा परिवर्तन हुनु पर्यो।
जहाँ हुनुहुन्छ, जो हुनुहुन्छ, जसरी हुनुहुन्छ, कहाँ कसलाई के र कसरी सहयोग गर्न सक्छु त नि भनेर उहाँले अलिकति सोचिदियो भने चाहिँ।
तीन तहको सरकार भनेको छ, एकअर्कामा सकारात्मक तपाईको सहकार्य हुनुपर्छ।
आफ्ना मान्छेले काम गरेको गलत गरे पनि सही गर्यो भन्ने कामले गर्दाखेरि पनि विकास हुन सकिरहेको छैन।
कर्मचारीहरूले आफ्नो ठाउँमा र आफ्नो क्षेत्रको कामहरू गरिदियो भने त्यो सानो सुधारले नै देश विकास हुन्छ।
ऊ व्यक्तिले के विषयमा जानकारी छ त्यो विषयमा त्यो निकायमा त्यो व्यक्तिलाई पठायो भने र उसले चाहिँ कर्मचारीलाई पनि एउटा चाहिँ लिडर भएर काम गर्न वातावरण बनाइदियो भने मलाई लाग्छ सबै तहले काम गर्न सक्छन्। तर यहाँ चाहिँ त्यो ठुलो त्यो किसिमको चाहिँ हामीका दरार छ, जसले जानकारी छैन, त्यो विषयको विज्ञ भएर बसिरहँदाखेरि आज यो अवस्था सिर्जना भएको छ।
Welcome back. It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why has the government neglected recruiting teachers to fill vacant positions? 76% voted for A, heights of negligence, 14% voted for B, lack of resources, and 10% voted for C, procedural confusion. Now, yesterday's question, what is the main reason for Nepal's growing dependence on agricultural imports? Your options are A, insufficient domestic production, B, preference for imported goods, or C, agriculture modernization limited to slogans. The voting is on. Type ANEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It is now time for international update. Hamas and Israel reached an agreement for the release of 4 Israeli hostages, bodies, and 620 Palestinian security prisoners, which would an end to an impasse that risked collapsing. The multi-phase ceasefire agreement for its first stage was even completed. Israel was supposed to release the Palestinian prisoners on Saturday, but has been refusing to do so, citing Hamas violations of the deal during the return of the 3 Bibas family members, remains as well as the propaganda ceremonies it has been putting on throughout the hostage releases so far in Phase 1. Earlier Tuesday, an Israeli official told that Hamas has not agreed to hold such ceremonies during the release of the 4 slain hostages. Despite the announcement of the deal, the future of the ceasefire and hostage release agreement remained uncertain. The 3-stage deal reached last month halted some 15 months of fighting triggered by the group's October 7, 2023 invasion of Israel, when Hamas killed some 1,200 people and took 251 hostages. The deal requires Hamas to release all its hostages, Israel to release thousands of Palestinian security prisoners, and a halt to fighting in the Strip followed by negotiations for a sustainable calm and IDF withdrawal from the enclave. Hamas has so far released 30 hostages and the bodies of 4 slain Israeli captives during a ceasefire that began in January. Ukraine has said that it had reached a preliminary deal to hand revenue from some of its mineral resources to the United States before an expected trip to Washington by President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday. The deal is central to Ukrainian attempts to ensure strong support from U.S. President Donald Trump as he seeks a quick end to Russia's war in Ukraine, with U.S.-Russian talks that have so far excluded Kyiv set to continue on Thursday. Trump has cast the deal as a repayment for billions of dollars in aid to Kyiv during the war. Zelensky has been asking for security guarantees in exchange for the mineral rights, but it is unclear whether those demands have been successful. Zelensky said that this agreement is part of their larger agreements with the United States, and this agreement could be part of future security guarantees. He added this deal could be a great success or it could quietly pass. And the big success depends on their conversation with President Trump. A copy of a draft agreement said the government of the United States of America supports Ukraine's efforts to obtain security guarantees needed to establish lasting peace.
Sports news.
Nepal finished as runner-up at home after a 2-0 loss to Myanmar in the International Women's Championship final, watched by over 15,000 spectators. In the past year, Nepal has lost 3 finals, and in the last 3 decades, it has failed to win any competition despite reaching 13 finals. In the International Women's Championship final at Dasrat Stadium, Nepal created chances but couldn't capitalize. Myanmar took lead in 62nd minute when Yu Parkin chipped the ball past keeper Anjila Tumbapo. 2 minutes later, Winton doubled the lead. Despite attempts from Rashmi Kumari Gising and other, Nepal couldn't score. Earlier in the league, Nepal had drawn with Myanmar and defeated Kyrgyzstan and Lebanon 1-0 to reach the final. Nepal also lost 3-1 to Myanmar in the 2019 Hero Gold Cup final in India. Now, Jhapa 11 Football Club has secured its position in the final of Bhadrapur Jhapa Gold Cup. Jhapa 11 defeated Bhutan's Dagan United 3-1 in the second semi-final at Meiji Stadium, securing a spot in the final against host Bhadrapur Blazers. After a goalless first half, Aaron Thapa gave Jhapa the lead in 55th minute. Dagan United's Suraj Rasaili equalized in the 84th minute, but Thapa scored twice in extra time through Rohan Karki and Hari Bahadur Ale Magar. The final is set for Friday, with the winner receiving 1.3 million Nepali rupees and the runner-up 700,000 Nepali rupees. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.